Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if you've ever looked at your cat and just wondered, why do you feel a million miles away right now? Trust me, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're diving deep into the hidden biology of your cat. We're going to explore how to literally rewire your feline bond by tapping into 5 deeply ingrained instincts that honestly, most of us just completely ignore. The goal today, we want to help you shift from being just a caretaker to becoming a genuinely trusted companion.
It's a super common frustration, isn't it? I mean, you buy the premium food, the ridiculously expensive toys, you offer endless petting, and yet your cat just remains completely aloof. They might even seem stressed out or totally unbothered by your presence. We usually think we're doing everything perfectly right. But, as the source material for this explainer reveals, ignoring your cat's actual biological communication doesn't just make for a slightly unhappy pet. In a lot of cases, it actively leads to anxiety, unpredictable aggression, and a cat that literally wants nothing to do with you. It's kind of a tough pill to swallow, right? But often, well-meaning owners just don't realize they're the unintended cause of this distance.
So, let's get right into Section 1, Safety and Communication. This is all about laying the foundation.
First things first, we absolutely have to stop doing things that your cat perceives as a threat. Look at the stark difference between these two approaches. When we act naturally as humans, towering over them, speaking in loud, long monologues. To a small animal, we just look like giant predators. In the wild, anything much bigger than them that looks down from above is instantly registered by their nervous system as a major threat. So even with the absolute best intentions, your towering height and unpredictable loud energy, it puts them right on high alert. To feel truly secure, what they actually need is floor-level interaction and soft, short phrases.
The absolute quickest fix you can make right now is getting down to their level. Why? Because floor level equals safe and equal. The very second you simply sit on the floor, you're no longer this giant looming predator. You become safe. If you have an anxious or distant cat, the research suggests literally just sitting on the floor. No phone, no distractions, and, this is absolutely crucial, no forced interaction. No grabbing at them, no reaching out. Just sit there. Let them sniff you or just walk around you. You'll be absolutely amazed at how much faster an anxious cat warms up when you just remove your giant status and exist on their exact same plane.
But hey, it's not just about where you sit, right? It's about how you sound. We need to mimic the feline communication rhythm. Cats obviously don't understand our human vocabulary, but they absolutely process our tone, our rhythm, and our overall energy. Long sentences and fast talking, that just feels like chaotic energy to them. Think about it for a second. Cats don't meow in long monologues to each other. Their communication is short, it's soft, and it's super intentional. When you start talking to your cat using short, calm phrases, like a soft "hey you" or "good boy," you're essentially speaking much closer to their native language. Softening your voice and just slowing down prompts significantly more eye contact and even vocal responses from them.
Moving on to Section 2, Unlocking Vulnerability and Trust. Now we're getting into building that active physical trust. Okay, so now that we're perceived as safe, how do we build that deep physical bond? Well, it starts with petting, but honestly, not where you might think. Everyone instinctively goes for the top of the head or right behind the ears. But to build real trust, you need to target the spots they secretly crave. I'm talking about the specific spots they physically cannot groom themselves. We're looking at the base of the tail, that little area right behind the whiskers on the cheek, and right under the chin where the jawbone meets the neck. When you gently scratch these highly specific areas, it triggers a deep, almost involuntary response. You're going to see their eyes slowly blink, they'll push their little head right into your hand, and you might even see a bit of drool. That's not just them enjoying a scratch. That is your cat actively trusting you in a moment of pure physical vulnerability. What's truly fascinating here is how we can link ourselves directly to their deepest survival instincts. You already feed your cat every day from a bowl, right? But there's a massive neurological difference when you offer food directly from your flat hand. Even just doing this once a week with a few pieces of kibble or a small treat is profoundly effective. It literally changes your cat's perception from, "Oh, this human just puts a bowl down," to, "Wow, this human is actively part of my survival."
And the science backing this up is pretty phenomenal. A study by the University of Lincoln actually confirmed that cats show measurably increased trust toward humans when fed by hand, compared to just standard bowl feeding. Hand feeding basically activates a completely different trust response in their brain. If you try this for just 2 weeks, literally handing them a few pieces of kibble on a flat palm, you are actively rewiring how your cat sees you. You are officially graduating from a mere caretaker to a vital, trusted companion.
Which brings us to Section 3, Fulfilling the Hunt Cycle. This is all about honoring their biology.
Now, this is where so many devoted owners completely get it wrong. We absolutely must honor their biological need to hunt, not just their desire to play. When most of us play with our cats, we dangle the toy, they swipe at it for 2 minutes, they walk away, and we just think, oh, they're bored. Actually, they aren't bored. They are profoundly unsatisfied. According to International Cat Care, a cat must complete the full hunt cycle, which basically consists of 4 distinct steps: 1, stalk; 2, chase; 3, catch; and 4, kill. Just letting them chase a toy around the living room, it's just not enough. The crucial part, the absolute requirement for their nervous system to reset, is the catch and the kill. You have to let them grab the toy, bite it, kick it with those back legs, and then you have to purposefully slow the toy down so they can actually simulate the kill.
So the real takeaway here is the stark contrast between a satisfied cat and a frustrated cat. If a cat never completes that final catch and kill step, their nervous system just stays trapped in a state of high frustration. It's like leaving them hanging. And this exact biological frustration is what often manifests as random aggression or that restless pacing around your home. But by honoring the full catch and kill, they walk away neurologically calm and deeply satisfied. Their basic instincts have been thoroughly respected.
Finally, Section 4. Rewiring your feline bond. Bringing all these primal needs together.
So what we've discovered today is that fulfilling these 5 primal biological needs completely shifts your cat's perspective of you. By sitting at their level, finding those vulnerable scratch spots, softening your communication, hand feeding, and completing the full hunt cycle, you communicate safety, trust, and respect in the literal only language they truly understand. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Which instinct will you honor first? The next time your cat walks into the room, what are you going to do differently? Will you lower yourself to the floor, or maybe totally revamp the way you execute playtime? The power to transform your distant pet into a fiercely trusting companion is quite literally in your hands. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I highly encourage you to try applying just one of these techniques in your living room today. Seriously, try it out and see what happens.